sit yourself really tall. What I do is butt cheek, pull them back. Pull your butt cheeks back, Ed, okay? And then fold through. So think about putting every part of your stomach towards your thighs. So we're not just going round and reaching, we're actually rolling. My stomach reaches my thighs really easily. Especially after a really, really lovely sausage roll in Cafe Nero today. Here, let's put you there, Ed. Hips as well from Ed. Cool, brilliant. Okay, so it's all right, Ed, you're socially distanced. You're fine, you are between Kim and Liz. We're all good. Okay, so what I want you to do is sort of hold the first position where you can feel a pull, but it's not like too much. So every stretch we do, it's developmental. So the aim is that you hold it. I know we do this stretch quite often, sometimes just fold down with you, like when you're standing, but this is about just sort of slowly developing it. And it's a really good idea to do once a week. Remember that one we did online? Yeah? Yeah. It's just sit down in front of the telly and do it, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's nice.
Make a conscious effort, even if it's just once a week, just to, especially with how much stuff you guys do with running and all the HIIT classes, the running that we've started doing. Yeah. Okay, so from there, take a big inhale, but don't lift up. As you exhale, try and fold down a little bit more. So whether you use the hands on the floor or your feet or your legs, so we're still sort of keeping the head and chest elevated up, but we're folding from the hips. And it's not about who can get their nose to the knees or anything, because everyone's ability to bend is I can see already, Kim, you bend differently. Yeah. You're probably still feeling that stretch. Oh yeah. But you just bend differently. I can forward bend like from my right from my lower hips. I swear it's these long hips of mine, you see. But I can't backwards bend very well. I really struggle backwards bending. So holding. So what's happening is as the muscle it's lengthened, and then after about 20 seconds, 30 seconds, the message from the brain starts relaxing and saying, all right, we quite like this position, and it gives up trying to fight against it. So then you can do that breath again. So stay in position. And as you exhale, see if you can get a little bit further. What you'll find is by the time you've done that about 4 or 5 times, you'll have held the stretch for a good few minutes, and you'll have that ability to reach further. And over time, that will develop more flexibility in a muscle, which makes it better for, if you think like the running stuff that we've been doing recently, the sprints and things, if you can make your muscle more flexible and generally, it's going to react better whilst running. Or anything really, squat jumping, any sort of plyometric type of move. All right, so one more here, big inhale. And then fold even more. And every time you fold, you'll feel it that little bit more. Yeah, I can see the faces. The faces start going, but give it 30 seconds and you'll forget about it. The muscle forgets. It forgets that it's being challenged. And that's what you want. And that's your perfect, this is sort of lower back and of course your hamstrings. So just holding there. Still kind of trying to relax on the top of the legs as well. Very often we tense our quads, but we're going to keep them relaxed. All right, then the key as well is slowly move out of your stretch. So just roll your body up. You can use your hands to walk you up, because if you move up too quickly out of a long stretch, the muscle just goes boing. So you have to move steady. Lovely. All right, this one's a kind of hips, but also inner thigh. This one's for me. Okay, so let's go for soles of feet together. Okay, so same principle, but just see where we are to start with. Again, you can do your butt cheek. Not quite so easy in this position. Okay, all right, let's see where we're at to start with. This is where I'll come around behind you and go, come on then. Okay, what you're going to do, I would hold on just like to your ankles, because then you've got a bit more push here. If you hold on too low, you can't reach. So holding up onto the bottom of the shin. Now, the same principle with the body folding forwards, because otherwise what will happen is you'll do this, but we don't want to do that. We want to keep the chest elevated. And then push elbows in, push, kind of first level. Okay, we're gonna go, we've got about 4 gears here, okay? Maybe. Okay. Some people's knees just drop to the floor.
I think this is my least bendy bit.
Right, okay. So something to work on.
Yeah.
Because part of it is also, it's not just the ability to like have the flex in the, what they call the adductors, the muscle that brings the leg back towards the center line. It's the glutes, the power of the glutes to actually open them. So although we're actively pushing against it, if you struggle to push the knees down by themselves, it's because there's potentially a weakness in the glute. In that angle, maybe not in one angle, but in that angle. Okay, so we're holding, breath, and again push, gear 2. So you're kind of pulling against your fingers here. You should be kind of pulling upwards against your fingers to force your elbows down. I love looking at faces. Oh, Ed, I wish I could see your face. She's probably going, fucking hell, fucking hell. You can hear it, can't you?
Yeah.
How much swearing's going on, Edwina? Edwin?
Really in this side, but this side's fine. It's weird, isn't it? Really tight here.
Right, okay. So
Fine, this side
around
there.
this part here.
Yes, all along there.
Okay.
Can't feel it though.
No,
mine's
no.
fine.
Can you
On
feel
the
it?
inner, yeah,
Where
mine's
you
the
get it
inner
more
part,
here?
Okay. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we're going to move it into a different one in a minute, and it'll be interesting to see what happens then. All right, deep breath in again. And again, you kind of have to drop your body forward as you push down now to be able to get that. See, look at those knees, they're coming down. They're coming down. So now you're actually, it's an active stretch. You're really using other body parts. That's when I can't talk anymore. Don't hold your breath. You're not breathing at the end, Lynn. You're breathing all the way through. Yeah. All right then, 4th gear. Deep breath, don't let that tension go. And as you exhale, see if you've got another bit of push. Yeah, look. Hold it in position. We want to make the muscles forget. Hold them there, hold them there. You're still pushing, sort of stomach through. Superb. All right, slowly release. Release the hands, the body, lift the body up. You can use your hands to bring in your knees. Ooh, just give that a little wiggle out. You'll feel really stiff tomorrow. You go, it wasn't hit, it was a stretch class. Yeah. All right, so progressing or kind of adapting from that, we're all going to get wet legs now, but never mind. We can cope with a bit of wetness there. All right, so again, body tall. But this time we're going to rotate, and I want you to fold over one leg, okay? So body tall, think stomach, rather than round, stomach, and if it means you can only reach your knee, so be it. That's it, you'll find one arm can reach further than the other. Now relax your quads, yeah? Everyone goes, oh yeah. Okay, so what we're doing, as we fold this way, there should be more of a pull on the inside on the other leg. Can you get that? Yeah. Okay, so twist more and then fold. See if that works.
There we go.
Oh yeah. You'll probably find that that toe wants to rotate in a little bit, which is fine. Because a lot of people when they do this one just sort of drop here. But if you can get the twist and then the fold and let that relax, maybe that you can take the leg wider. Ooh. Okay, and then roll that up from there. So we're just going to do that one for a little bit shorter because we've already done the sort of areas. Rotate. Fold. Oh. Now this is where you notice your differences. That to me just went
That doesn't
like
hurt as much as.
right, yeah. So everyone's gonna have a different side.
Yeah, this is easier.
Yeah.
This one doesn't go
Yeah.
so much to the side.
Yeah.
So you've got like the option to almost pull, or what I find, same hand as leg, you can push it from behind, and that allows you to kind of push yourself forward a little bit more. Ooh. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it daft? You know,
I love this one.
strangest little
I really
thing.
love this.
Oh, that's what I need.
Oh. This one also gets the lower back on the side, your what we call the QL, your quadratus lumborum. So it's quite a nice one there. Alright, and then roll that up slowly. And then bring those legs in. Whew. Okay. That wiggle. Give it a little ease off. Good. Right then. Roll over. Just releasing the back before we go into the hips in the front. Everyone's favourite. Well, actually, we've got a few in the hips on the front. First of all, let's just go into cat stretch. Just pull that up, rounding out through the back. And then drop it down into your cow. Just sort of move. Oh, there it is. Oh. Good. And then do it again. Pulling up through the belly button. And then back down. In fact, while we're here, we'll hit the calves. We're going to massage our calves. It's always good. Just keep rolling up and down. Often when you're stretching, you have to tighten things as well. So you kind of have to release off those bits that maybe just tightened before moving on. Do you know, I could actually cat and cow all day. Just gonna do this all day. And then have a wiggle. Love a wiggle. Sway your bum. That's it. Okay, so calves. I'm just going to turn sideways just so Ed's got a bit of a better view here. Okay, down face position, so you're down dog position, but 1 foot at a time. So you're going to push into the hands to drive back into that heel. It's going to hit the belly of the muscle. Now, do we know what the big calf muscle is? Can you remember? Kim, this is a, oh no, you haven't been in step for classes, have you? Can you remember? Kim's is gas.
Oh, the gastrocnemius.
Yeah, well done. That's your
Bev.
big one.
Bev had that one.
That was Bev's,
Yeah.
Bev's muscle. Okay, so staying with the same leg, I just want you to bend the knee about 1 inch in. Your heel will probably come up off the floor 5 mils, not much at all. It's just now getting lowered down towards the Achilles. The smaller calf muscle
Oh yeah, that's
begins with
nice.
sun. Think of the sun. Sun. Anyone? No, I don't know if we remember that one. Soleus. So that gets deeper. Can you feel that?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, from there then, just pedal it through. Just pedal through the feet. Just rest your knees down and take a rest, because obviously it's
Yeah,
kind of
it's-
active work in the shoulders and your head. Yeah, that's it. A lot of stretching involves putting your body in a uncomfortable position to get the stretch that you need. So yeah, it's good to reset, and then we'll do the other calf. All right. Generally, when your head is down like that, you won't hold it as long like we did the hamstrings, for example. Okay, so other heel, let's push it down so your leg is straight. The other leg can just relax and push through. So you're pushing into the hands. We'll do a shoulder stretch and release as well in a little bit. That one's tighter. Have you got one tighter than the other?
Yeah, my first one was tight.
Right. Yep. think it's because we generally have like a lead leg doing
Yeah.
things. What about your ex-injured one, Kim?
Yeah, that's the type
Yeah.
one.
All right, so same position, but just bend the knee an inch or two and let the heel come up about that 5 millimeters. It's not much, it's just to get lower. Whereas on this side, I can barely feel that one, but I can feel the other one. I'm just wonky. Keep breathing, long deep breaths as well. We've got to get the oxygen in. All right, then slowly release, and again pedal through, just a few pedals, and then when you're ready, sit yourself down onto your bottom. Ooh, and relax. Ooh. Yep, let your head resettle. And, okay, now grab your muscle from literally from your Achilles and work your way upwards to the belly of the muscle, just sort of grabbing and pulling it up. Like if you had bread dough and you're like kneading it. This works if you get a little bit of like olive oil or something. It works nice because this kind of pinches the skin a little bit when you haven't got any moisturizer on there. But if you can, it's just nice to do either before, especially before running, or after anything high intensity, especially like aerobic-y stuff out on here. Just give that. Hey?
Stu, I've got a job for you.
Yeah. The weirdly, actually, doing the calf it's almost better to do it yourself because you want to get this upward action because you want to get the blood flowing back up. Change legs. So, you seen Will's bruising on his leg?
Yeah.
Okay, so the bruising from the pull that you had up here came out down here because the blood drops. The blood is, it pulls at the bottom, which is why I said to him, you've got to get moving. You got to get moving so that we can get this blood flow, because when you blood flow, you heal.
Yeah.
So that's why, obviously he had to rest, but that's why the bleeding or the bruising comes out so low. But so what, by kind of, you're doing this pumping action to get the blood flow coming back up through the body. And the calves, they're big old things really for the bottom of the body. Well, mine are. I don't know about yours, but mine are. Always have big calves. Hence why I need jeggings and not jeans anymore. I've had jeans for years. I mean, through my days of doing the marathon running, so I've gone from that to what I am now.
I've noticed I always had kind of like skinny legs, but from a waist, my legs are thicker than the size of the waist for the jeans now.
Really?
Because of the running and stuff, isn't it?
Right,
So
there you go.
you've
There you go.
moved it.
Okay, so let's go on to front now. Back to front even. All right. Lunge, your runner's stretch as I would call it. It's probably got I think it's called lizard. I think is its official. Well, there'll be some other yoga name for it. But first off, knee over ankle. Take the back leg back. Okay, so angle-wise, we're in a nice straight line and we're focusing on the back hip. Okay, try and relax your foot behind. You can rest on your leg there. If you've got long arms, you might be able to reach. Sometimes you can use like blocks to elevate, so you could rest like that. I generally like to just kind of be in that relaxed. You should feel that right there. And it
I'm
feels
feeling this
super
one,
solid.
Annie, yeah.
There.
This is what I think my problem is my hip on
Yeah.
this side with the
Yeah.
T-band.
Yeah.
This is what's pulling, I think.
Yeah. So you're feeling in this sort of what we call quite a, well, it's quite a neutral angle of the right angle. You're feeling that there.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's tightness.
That's my,
So it's on there. I can't feel that at all. Can you feel anything along the outside of your? Just there.
yeah, no, mine's not on that one.
It'd be interesting to see if it's the same on the other leg when we do
Yeah,
the other
because
one.
this is my knackered one as well.
Okay, so we're still going to carry on with the back hip, but we're going to add in some ankle, so and add a bit more calf really. So we want to take the knee further forward, keep the heel down on the floor though. Okay, this is where, depending on your mobility, and that is really down to that ankle flexibility. Can you get your elbows down?
Oh, we did this one. I could on one side.
Yeah, you can generally on the outside arm,
Yeah.
and then it's But again, move into these things slow. So if you can't quite, stay up a little bit. I've got quite good ankle mobility.
Yeah.
I think that's why. If you look at the angle that I am, it's quite a long way forward.
Yeah, you're more than me.
But it's the long hips. That's what it is.
That's what we're lacking, isn't
Do you know what? No, what it is? It's 5 years of learning to do snatch and getting that depth of
Yeah.
movement. Now I can get under the bar. I've trained it. Yeah. But you're still feeling the back hip, yes? Yeah. Cool. Right, slowly pick yourself up out of that one. We're going to keep with that leg in front. Just relax back now. Sit back. I would pop your toe under to support you. So you're kind of sitting back onto your heel. Let the toe come up. And we go, it's back into that hamstring again. Ooh. Yeah, ooh. But it's just, the body's tilted in a different way. So we're still trying to fold forward. This is where you could, if you want, you can sort of challenge different angles. So if you turn your toe inwards, you can feel something. Or if you turn it outwards. Outwards.
It's not so bad, it's in.
Yeah, in.
Yeah, in. So in is going to be pulling down on
Yeah.
that IT band a lot more. So that's quite a good one.
Very good stretch. Oh. Oh yeah, like that.
But if you turn it outwards, you can get this part more down to the inside here. She's got 3 hamstrings. So it's sort of hitting the different angles. In, up and out. Whoa. All right, slowly roll that up. Still staying with that leg in front. It's pigeon time. I kind of love and hate this. So pull the foot across to the opposite side of the mat. Ugh. It's easier in barefoot, to be fair. And then we lower down this one. So bring your heel in a bit closer towards your hip, Liz. So it's on the mat more there. Yeah. So the sort of the looser your IT band is, the more you could get that angle. But I can't even sit down with it in that angle. But so the aim is to lengthen out the back and still be able to drop down. So if you go to elbows, take that pressure off your hands. Now, what you can do is kind of roll out of it slightly to release it, or roll into it more. That makes you sing. Yeah. Now, to me personally, I mean, I've not got the right leg to you really, but from my hip, from the top of the femur there, pulling down the outside glutes and round, so it's the line of the sciatic nerve, and you're that's the one.
Definitely.
Yes.
Especially on this side.
So anytime you get those sort of twinges that you feel like from your back that runs down your leg, this is your stretch. So we've done this, we've balanced doing this standing, you know, where the number 4, and where you cross your foot over your knee. My favourite seated version, where you put the foot over the knee and the opposite elbow and pull. They all do that. This is probably the most intense version. We like intensity because we got to hit that IT band.
Definitely.
Yeah. Some people can lie all the way down with their arms outstretched. You just go to where you can feel it, and this one we're just relaxing into it.
I can feel it.
I find I don't need to lie down. No. It takes it too far for me. And if it goes too far, then it's just, you're not breathing, you're not relaxing, and the whole point is that we relax into it. Ooh, someone else has popped up there. You still with us, Ed? I've no idea what the time is actually.
7:07.
7:07.
Oh, okay. What time did we? Oh, we must have started. Yeah, about half an hour ago. Yeah. Cool. We'll just do the other leg and we'll be ready. All right, we can roll up from that one then. So bring it up slowly, super slow on this one. Oh, bring it up. Now, personally, I love to just pedal through. Oh, that is good. Okay, so let's do the other side, the other hip. Whew. When you're ready. So front foot, knee over ankle, take the back knee back. You going? Oh dear, I'm not running out of battery, am I? I think I might be. Oh no, I've still got 5%, I've just gone dark. That's it. Alright. Okay, we're still here, I've got 5% left. It should do us the other leg. But Ed, if we disappear, you know what you're doing now. You've got your lunge position, the ankle, the hamstring, sit back, and then the pigeon. I think we'll. Oh. So this is where we. So now you can feel it down in the hip. Okay, righty ho. But can you feel it at all? You can still feel it there.
Tiny little bit in this, but not all the way down.
But not like you could on the other side.
Yeah, so just a little bit there, but then here on this one.
Okay. And I think that's the other thing stretching does do, is it highlights areas of tightness and weakness or strength even, which allows you to then be more mindful when you do things. You can sort of think, like, actually no, I really need to loosen that up. But that massaging sort of technique on your calf, you can rub down the side, glutes, lower back, boot camp, pummel. Yeah, pummel your bum. The amount of times I've stood in a race, ready to run, ready to lift, I'm there, pummel, 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 squeeze. Okay, so back hip is stretching. Same principle, we're just sort of, because our body weight's over it, we're naturally doing this sort of gradual sort of stretch into it. Whereas the hamstring, you actively have to think about folding your body down. This one does it naturally. Okay, so let's then take that knee further forward. So you probably need to bring the knee from the back further forward. I'm running out of that, so let's go there. And again, this is where we're looking at the ankle and therefore the calf. It's not such an obvious calf stretch, but you are, if you think about it, that angle, you are stretching it, but it's more thinking about the ability of the attachment of the Achilles tendon, which comes from under the foot into the calf muscle. So we're thinking more about that. So maybe working on ankle mobility will actually help with your calf tolerance of.
It's been fine since that early on. It's got used to the hard surfaces now, I suppose.
So you come back indoors, we'll be back on the rubber, and you'll be like, no!
It really bothered me when we first.
Yeah, let's see if we can lower it down at all. Can you get lower? You can on this side.
Yeah.
Elbows are down on both on that one. What about you, Lynn? Same or?
Quite the same, slightly tighter.
Tighter, yeah? What about you, Liz?
Yeah, this is because of this leg here.
Yeah. Alright, slowly push it up. And then sit back onto your heel. And so we're back into this hamstring stretch. This is where, if you want to play, you can turn that ankle. Now that for me is all the way up there. It's a funny old thing. But we've all got, my right hip sits about an inch further forward. When I stand straight, I'm actually twisted. So I have to force myself to be in a straight position. But then the knock-on effect is various tightnesses.
It won't be yet, but it's grimacing while it's gripping up the ring. But it's grumbling.
Is he riding home?
Yeah.
You see? Come on, Righto. Ride home.
Twice.
Rude!
Yeah, that'd be twice, once here, once back.
There you go, bonus points that. Bonus points. That's an extra
Maybe next time.
piece of potato on your plate. Extra bit of pasta. Alright, here we go, let's finish it up then. Bring it slowly forward and pigeon. So, bring it across. And again, it's sort of that bring it in and then stretch out that leg. Be the pigeon. Ooh. It's the faces of. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's your helmet?
Yes, Mum.
Where are you going?
He's riding home.
He's not.
I'm just spinning my legs out.
Alright, rest it down.
Thinking about
This side is my tight side,
This side,
my
feel
really
this.
tight. This is because that's the back side, not the back side, but the side of my back that went, well, not so much the back that went, but the nerves that got shot to bits. And as we established, just got to stretch my big toe and I'm all right. So now James has taken it upon himself. When I stretch my legs out over him, like we sit and watch TV, he grabs my toes and cracks them all, and I'm there going, no, no. I hate it. I really hate it. But once he's got hold of them, I can't get my foot back. Sort of grabs my ankle. I'm like, no. Quite nice out here, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a great stretch this is.
Yeah. This one, daily, has to be done in some shape or form. I will do this sort of stretch every day.
So I'd be better off doing this every day then, wouldn't I?
Yeah,
I'd struggle with
absolutely.
my
Do you know what?
glutes.
Everyone should. Anyone that does high intensity exercise should do this, and spend a good 20 minutes, say, a day stretching. It's having the commitment to doing it. It's not easy. I do it because I'm teaching Pilates, I'm teaching yoga. Do this, I always put it in, so and generally will flop down into this position after a weight training session. It's maybe 4 or 5 days a week.
Yeah.
I hit these.
I like your Pilates one on the day I did that one.
Oh, did you do it? Yeah.
Oh.
It's quite challenging, those
It was.
the
Well,
caterpillar one leg things, yeah. But did it make you think of doing the caterpillar? When did you ever do that at discos and you drop down onto your chest and roll? Yeah, Pilates has changed somewhat. I'll show you any second now. Alright, slowly bring yourself up. Whoa. Lift up now, straighten out the leg. And then just release it through. There you go, roll it up. Have a little wiggle. Do you know what? Just sit there for a while if you need to. This is like my new favourite. Just
I like
sit.
that stretch.
Oh, I like that one. I never thought I'd be able to do this. When I was meant to be having my knees operated on, 15 years ago, over 15 years, before I was pregnant with Jake, I was going to get them operated on, both of them, an arthroscopy on both.
Yeah.
And I went through all the consultation because I got like this, it's like rock salt under the kneecap. Oh, it's horrible. And horrible knee pains. And then I got to the final bit of it and I was like, by the way, I've just found out I'm pregnant. They're like, all right, we'll have to put you on hold. Gave me a whole load of exercises. I was quite good with them and changed my training, and I've never had, now I can do this. Oh, no, it's just my back. All right, roll it up. Oh. There you go. Just do anything that feels nice. There you go. So what we were doing.
Oh yeah.
Right, so we're in a plank. Then you lift up, leg up, and roll through. Oh. So the caterpillar.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they go along. Yeah.
But you travel backwards, and it was a lot bigger than that. That was my That's all I could relate it to when you try and visualise something. Anyway, well done, Edwina. Hopefully you could still see us. My camera went dark, and I hope your hips are nice and stretched out now. Anyway, we are done. So well done. I'll turn this off. See you later. Well done, you guys. Let's